here. So you are completely out of the XBI. Why so?
I'd like you to do me a favor. Next time I mention that I've gotten into the XBI, would you just look at me and say, please get out? Because every time I buy the XBI, it has not worked over the last 3 years.
Okay.
I have tried on multiple occasions, and it seems as though we continue to have this conversation over and over again where you say, oh, you got out of the XBI. Yep, I got out of the XBI, and the reason I got out of the XBI is because it's been lousy. It hasn't worked. It should have worked, and I rotated into another large cap biotech name, which would be Amgen. And the reason I did that is because I want to simplify the story. I want to have exposure, but let's simplify the story. Let's go with what's working. And I truly believe that Amgen is advancing and ultimately delivering an obesity drug that potentially could challenge Eli Lilly.
Price target went up today at Bank of America. What do you think about Amgen?
I like Amgen. I think it's a really good trade. I do. It's a low multiple stock. You look at the chart, it looks like it's breaking out. It has a yield. It has a staple of good drugs. And Maritide, which is the GLP-1 drug, is once a month, they believe. They're going to have phase 3 data soon. They've got drugs in inflammation. There's some cardiovascular drugs that are in phase 3. It's got a nice staple of products that are going to increase over the next 5 to 10 years, which has been a problem with Amgen because Epogen and Neupogen and some of their regional drugs, off patent, not a lot of growth. So this, I think, is a good time.
All right. Hey, stop showing off with knowing all the names.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Bristol,
that's your heritage.
I know. She's allowed to flex. Bristol Myers, you like better?
Yeah, I like
Abbott
Bristol.
Better?
I think they're all doing well. If you look at the charts, they all look like they're moving higher here. That's true of a number of the drug stocks, not all of them. Bristol's got a number that are quite a few in phase 3 that, again, are going to replace the drugs coming off patent. I don't have to say what they all are, but it's up to you, but you're right. And the same is true Abbott, which has had problems because of some lawsuits. That's getting settled. We're moving forward with devices and technology on the healthcare side that I think is
Thermo, you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Abbott and Thermo. So Thermo has not behaved well, and that's in part because of the vaccine worries. Because if you look at where they get their business, it's much from universities and from clinical trials, and these are all places that are under siege, perhaps, but the stock's cheap.
Why don't you own Lilly? I'm just curious.
So Lilly is a name that we have for the last 2 years looked at and said we want to buy it at this price, and then it didn't get to that price.
Well, you just never got your price.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great stock. I mean, it's something that Lilly or Novo would love to own, but, maybe there's a chance right here with Novo.
You and Weiss own United Health. What do you think of this here?
I like United Health. Look, we know there's going to be or likely to be some hits to Medicaid, but they more than make it up with the Medicare Advantage, which the administration likes and goes through the whole value-based care, VBC phenomenon that the government's pushing everybody to, which means the docs take on more risk. So I think it's very cheap here. I do think that it's a safe port in a storm in the market and very defensive. Now, that's really defensive, Carrie.
One more, ResMed. Bring it up because it got upgraded today to a buy. The price target goes to 44 from 41. That coming at Citi today. They say the valuation is reasonable. They like the EPS growth, the free cash flow. They like the fact that they say there'll be no debt by the end of the fiscal year. You own this name?
Yeah, they're a leader in sleep deprivation, talking about literally 40% of the
But they don't lead in sleep deprivation. They lead in CPAP. They don't get people to sleep less.
I understand that, but they're the leader in the space. Yeah. The stock is underperformed.
Yeah.
Right now, to me, Boston Scientific, Eli Lilly, Cencora, those are the 3 names in healthcare that you want to own.